Hi everybody, welcome to another video in the Flux Studio series. Today we will have a look at one of the features that I get most questions about, and that's the circular plot. Now I've shown in the past in one of my blog posts that this plot can be extended pretty much without limits in order to capture down to the flux inversion for each bit. At the moment what you're seeing is the default view of the plot, which has got a size that fits quite well within my own screen. And the reason for which I don't think this is ready yet for end users is that unless you have a much higher resolution than mine, the way you enlarge this plot is by doing something that I consider pretty inconvenient. So you drag the window like this and then you enlarge it. While doing so, once you're done enlarging, what happens is that the plot gets remade, and as you go on with sides, you will get more details, because the initial plot essentially is downsampled. Otherwise what you would get is a solid track with pretty much all green all across. As you go higher and higher in sides, what you will see is that the downsampling goes is less and less sparse, and so you will get you will see that when you get to about 4,000 pixels across, what happens is that you will get a sample every 3, and if you get up to 8,000 pixels across, so a square image of 8,000 pixels wide and 8,000 pixel high, you will get the complete flux inversion data on screen. It's a tight fit, but you can still see the areas where there are 1 bit and 0 bits, so they don't kind of bleed into each other. And I've tried to work out an algo for doing that, so there is an algo that makes an informed decision. Another thing I'd like to point out is that the footprint of Flux Studio is very minimal. It's really, the footprint grows quadratically with the area that you're plotting onto, and the CPU usage goes high while the plot is progressing, and it will be higher and higher usage, because as I said, you get the downsampling is changing, so you're getting more and more samples in the larger plots. But as you can see, we are already on a quite large preview, and you can keep going. Pretty much for as long as you have got RAM, you can keep going. And I've gone up to about 250 megabytes in resting conditions. So at this point, when the calculations for plotting are done, and I got an image which is about 8,000 pixels in width and height, and once you get the size you want, you can export it to PNG. Now these again is really not very convenient, because you cannot set, not easily cannot set the size of these plots always the same after you restart the application, as example. So maybe one day you make a 4000 by 4000 pixel drawing of a disk, and then you want to make the same for a different disk, and you don't get to the 4000 by 4000, you get thereabout. So you don't know where you are essentially when you're magnifying. So yeah, you can by all means export what you see, the whole thing, even if it doesn't fit in my screen, and probably doesn't fit in any screen at the moment, even with the very high resolution. You can still export it to PNG, and you will get the whole data. So you can make a poster or something like that. But again, in terms of usability, this is not ideal for an end user. So I'm trying to figure out whether I should keep, as example, this window always the same size and have scroll bars. But it all comes down to the way I will be implementing the zoom feature. So once I decide how to implement that, everything else should become a consequence of that. Therefore, just bear with me while I get this one to a point where it's really usable for an end user. That's about it. Thanks for watching. Bye.